All right, welcome to the first installment of DoubleCast. I'm Cody Castona, your host. With me is...
I'm Kelsey Miller.
And I'm Matt Mahoney.
All right, this is October 20th, 2016. This is a bigger episode to be starting out on, considering we mainly have one topic, but it has a lot of subtopics, such as, well, it's the entirety of the Nintendo Switch, which everyone formerly knew it as the NX. And what do you guys think about the name change?
It sounds stupid. What do you think?
I think it's an interesting switch.
Oh, God. I think I got cancer from that one.
Wow.
I don't know. I think Switch has, like, bad connotations with that word.
It can.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it from a few... I think I get what you're coming from, from a more of a mental perspective, because it's just like, I'm not too sure if that's a good idea.
I don't know if it's politically correct.
All right. No, we don't have to talk about the debate in this podcast. We're good.
We're good.
But
I still don't like it.
the NX rolled off the tongue so easily. Switch is just, we have to get used to it. And, we had the same reaction to the Wii. I had the same reaction to the Wii U.
I didn't.
Okay, fine. But you were coming from Revolution to Wii.
Well, that's true. Like, I don't know. I guess when I was little, when the Wii came out, I was bad at talking. So Wii was a lot easier to say than fucking Revolution. Am I right?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't really mind the name too much, because when the Wii had its name Revolution, I thought, oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds like the really mature console, like 360 or PS3 at the time. But when the Wii came out, you saw it was like, hey, we're not into hardcore games like Call of Duty and Gears of War. After a while, it felt like, yeah, Wii kind of fits that name. And then, yeah, Wii. And then the Wii U came out, and I thought, okay, maybe it's the same thing. And then they tried grasping onto a little, what's the word, edgier games. Not too far out there from the Wii.
Because Splatoon is super edgy.
Yeah,
cute small children painting each other.
That's
it
graffiti.
Depends on if you go to Miiverse or not, but
yeah. I actually do not touch that place.
Don't.
I don't touch the internet.
Actually, it's just interesting just thinking But you went from a project name like Revolution to Wii, then you had Cafe, which I don't think anybody wanted to keep that name.
Wait, when was Cafe?
Cafe was the Wii U.
Oh, really?
It was on a coffee table.
That's stupid.
It's a coffee table accessory.
Stupid.
Complimentary to your house.
It's literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, the logic to this.
God.
Every time I hear the name Wii U, I always think of an ambulance and then say the name
Patrick
over
saying,
and over.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Going to NX to Switch, I guess I'll get used to it, but it's not as drastic as going from Revolution to Wii.
It's less letters.
It is more letters in this case.
On the bright side, if we abbreviate it, it's called the NS, so it's not too far off sounding.
Yeah. And it's also too close to the NES then.
Yeah.
So abbreviating this one's going to be interesting to see as we go down the line. This is a 3-minute video that has shocked the world practically. I'm seeing a lot more positive reactions to it than I'm seeing negative.
Actually, I am too. I thought people would be like, oh, that's the stupidest thing, because people seem to be really harsh with Nintendo's products. But, I don't know, people seem to be really chill about this one for some reason.
I think we can thank the game lineup that they showed today. I've seen the consoles before. They announce the console and be like, here are some games that are in development, but not... Here are games that are actually being played on this right now.
Mm-hmm. I remember when they showed off the Wii controller, one of the things they were trying to show off was, you can go fishing with it. And they showed old men fishing, and they would show, sword fighting. So it's it goes from really, I guess you could implement that into something. Then you get sword fighting. It's oh, Zelda. But with this, you see immediately, oh, this is something I can take with me anywhere. I can play anytime. This is going to replace my 3DS. But
God, I hope not.
I mean, it will eventually. They're going to stop support eventually. They always want to go with this third pillar design. So they've been aiming for this since the DS, and they keep failing to do it.
Yeah, I know, but
So
the size really bothers me
okay.
of the screen. I don't know. I really like dual screens. Like, I really appreciated that innovation. And now it feels like it's completely switched, and you're supposed to play with other people somehow on this itty-bitty little screen. And it needs to be bigger, and I know it's supposed to be portable, but it's too tiny, and I don't get it.
From what I saw, it seems to be bigger than what the Wii U gamepad screen was.
I don't care. It's too small.
But, yeah, I still agree.
It
it might
if
be
you're gonna
too
play with
small.
other people.
There's definitely less bevel between the controls versus the where the screen is. There's a lot, the controls get to you a lot faster, so the screen size feels a little bit bigger. People are reporting it's probably estimated to be about a 7-inch screen diagonal, where it's like 8 inches across and 4 inches vertical.
Like that?
Yeah, like that they can see on the podcast.
I'm gesturing because I need visual aids. I'm
It's only
that
the
kind of
first
person.
episode.
I mean, I
Nailed it.
won't be used to it for a console game, but if they do put like Pokemon on there, then yeah, I'll be happy that we have like a bigger screen size in comparison now.
Yeah, and I think that's like going to be the most interesting thing is that now there's no excuse why why Pokemon's not running in HD at this point.
It's not running in HD yet?
Oh no,
Oh, those fuckers.
the 3DS screen is a 240p screen divided twice to do 144, 144.
But that's only if you have your 3D on, right?
Yes. If
I don't.
There's a 240p screen. I could be wrong on that, but it is a very low res screen with higher res textures going through and capabilities going through, but the screen itself is not capable of doing that. So that's also downclocked. But if you were to take a 3DS and put it into an emulator, you can take all of that data that is there
and turn it into
cartridge.
HD.
And yeah, there's emulators that are out that you can see like Zelda running in HD on that system, and it looks beautiful, but you never get to see it because the 3DS can't be played on anything but the 3DS.
What about
screen.
the new 3DS?
New 3DS is just a CPU upgrade to make
that's
loading
it?
faster. Yeah.
I think one thing with Pokemon though is this new game coming out probably can be emulated because they removed 3D from the entire game now.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's
Well-
not in the game
Well,
at
you
all.
can always emulate in 2D, and 3D screens, because there are 3D screens for monitors, can be used for the parallax effect. I think it's parallax. Or
Snorlax.
stereoscopic 3D, essentially. They'll mimic it, because there's different techniques of 3D, and one of them would be totally fine because the thing is supposed to be rendering the image twice anyway.
Dude, you're blowing my mind.
I know. Stereoscopic, man. So the controllers are probably the biggest.
It looks ugly.
Point.
It looks uncomfortable and ugly and a dog.
It depends on which one you're looking at. I think
That's true.
I think the doggy style controller. They went from dog bone and matured into doggy style controller.
I like that you call it doggy style.
I
That's my
couldn't
favorite.
resist. I wanted to just stop at dog, and I'm like, no, we're going there.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
a doggy style control. Okay, if you haven't seen this image, if you look at the controller attached to a mid-piece when it's not attached to the screen, which is the worst thing to have to describe right now, it looks like the face of a dog, and everybody's like taking this image of a derpy dog, and it's one of those you cannot unsee it type of things.
If we can, when this podcast goes on the website, we should definitely put the picture with this so
With
everyone
the-
can see it
the
there.
reference
we're calling
image.
this podcast doggy style.
Yes.
Oh my
But
god.
the title of this episode is doggy style.
That makes
from
me
now.
happy. I'm glad I'm included in this. This what I called a threesome earlier is now doggy style.
Well, there are 3 pieces to the controller.
Oh my god.
There is the middle piece and the 2 detachable pieces.
Threesome doggy style, baby.
I think we
Just
found
a reminder
the
that
name of the
DoubleCast
podcast.
is a college podcast
You love us.
from college students for the internet.
You love us. Oh man.
Should we? Okay. Besides that controller style, you can play it like the Nintendo Wii U, And then there are the Pro controllers, which, if you look at it, is actually the Xbox 360's analog style layout.
Yeah, it looks pretty much like the 360's controller.
My only thing that they could say is an argument for why it looks like a 360 controller is that GameCube did it first for that layout. So
I don't know why they just don't bring back the GameCube controller, because that thing is comfortable as all hell.
The C-Stick sucks.
Shut up. I love my C-Stick.
You gotta click the control sticks. That's a modern necessity.
Then just add a clicky part.
Okay, which they did with the Wii U and this one.
And then just add, instead of a C-Stick, just do a camera stick instead.
Okay, try to press the B button and the X button on the GameCube at the same time.
I'm talented.
Now I'm
That is like taking your thumb and taking your index finger, going in take it in a check style and, check mark, and that's how you have to press that.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But you learn.
Prototype would not work on this.
What is
controller.
Prototype?
Prototype's that game by Activision where it's.
Is that the one where you got a virus in
yes.
you? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm
That's a long
thinking,
time
as
ago.
far as
Yes.
controllers go,
But-
like that GameCube controller that everybody loved for Smash Brothers on the GameCube moved to the Wii, and everybody used it there for what was it, Brawl, and then it moved to the Wii U, which they made a separate adaptation for that. Now I'm wondering, will I need another adapter for the? I want to keep calling it NX, but the Switch. And will I need to bring that out in public to play with my friends on the screen?
Well, I'm also looking at that controller and saying that is practically the GameCube controller layout.
Yeah, it's close
And
enough.
The only difference is you have a diamond shape instead of the what do you call
The buttons.
this? The jelly bean style.
Yeah, it's jelly
controller
bean.
Yeah.
Those
with
are
the
kidney
giant
beans.
A button in the middle and just like beans everywhere and just
Beans.
Yeah, I guess the thing people liked was that the controller was wired, so you didn't get like any wireless interference. So I'm wondering how,
It
or
was
if
comfy,
they'll
too.
perform that. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I could see it just either we're going to have to accept it or we're just going to have to probably, I think from what I've been reading, there are USB ports on it, USB 3.0 and 2.0.
Oh.
So there might be adapters that can come out for this thing.
Okay.
So eventually, maybe those GameCube adapters will just retroactively work into it. And I think that's another point of this controller topic is that will my Wii U controllers and Wii controllers work on this thing? And so far, reports are showing maybe, but probably no.
I just want that Pro controller from the Wii U moved
Exactly,
over.
because I don't want to. I don't want to have to pay to buy a Pro controller when all it's doing is switching the stick layout.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with the sticks being up top. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Are they getting rid of like motion controls?
I'd assume so.
But exercise, guys.
I'm seeing that this could go one of two ways. Either they ditch it completely and they go with this is the gimmick. This is our we're not adding on the old gimmicks. Because Just Dance is confirmed for it, but Just Dance can also be played with a cell phone.
Oh.
So you just take your cell phone and pair it,
Not
and
with
you
my
use your
phone.
phone's gyroscope to play the game essentially with what you did with the Wii remote. So they have that covered, and if it does not have motion sensing, then you don't get to use it. I could also see that those breakout controllers have gyroscopes in them.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, is that our new Wiimote maybe?
It could be, and then you can add more Wii remotes for Just Dance and other games that would use it. But as far as a pointer goes, there's no IR blaster on the actual device itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt that the docking station actually has a port for your sensor bar. So I don't see any way that this is actually going to work.
Yeah, I don't see like those things like when you detach it being motion sensor, because they showed it off as you can play this on an airplane, and I guarantee they will kick you off if you are swinging around on an airplane playing like Zelda
or a Note 7, but that's not our
That's for
topic
another
here.
podcast.
Let's not.
One other thing I want to say about the controllers that's been bothering me all day.
Yeah, what's up?
The problem with the Wii U for me was the gamepad's battery life. Like I could get
Really?
Yes, it's terrible.
like I
Oh.
could get like 3 or 4 hours of intense play out of that before I had to go and charge it. which is why I picked up that Pro Controller, because then I get like 80 hours out of that thing.
Or you just keep it plugged in at all times, and that's terrible.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
like,
horrible.
Well, it's just clunky wire coming out that's charging into the...
I get like 5 hours on my Wii U.
It's
Lucky.
about 4 to 5,
Yeah.
but...
Okay.
You can like...
But I don't even play it for that long, so I don't know why there's a big issue. Do you guys just binge games or something? Jeez.
Zelda?
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay.
Okay.
I will
there we
admit
go.
that's
Xenoblade
awesome.
Yet, but,
That's why I need that Pro Controller to last me 80 hours.
I mean, I like I said, I just keep mine plugged in so that I avoid that issue, but I'll forget about it. Like, in the middle of a Smash Brothers match, my Wii U not Pro Controller, the gamepad itself will die, and it's like, well, now we have to, like,
Restart
navigate
everything.
the Wii system without being able to use that, which
Mm-hmm.
the Wii U was tied to that thing. You can't use the Pro Controllers on the menu, so this kind of eliminates that problem because it's like this is the system itself. And at least the docking station charges it too, which they said that the docking station does nothing as far as like improving quality of games. Like there's nothing that has an external like graphics card in there or CPU. It's just to have an HDMI port and a charger that goes to the TV, which it kind of sucks and it kind of makes sense at the same time. Especially in a day and age where we're seeing the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One S, the One Scorpio, or whatever
What is it called?
whatever you call it.
So
Yeah.
dumb.
So as we're seeing like incremental updates, like essentially cell phones are updating, I could see that this updates like other tablets do, where Nintendo could release the Switch S or, the Switch Pro, and eventually we would see, a 1080p capable output go up to a 4K resolution, and then instead of being a 720p screen for the portable, you get a 1080p experience and at no cost to the battery.
Yeah. Well,
And that would be incremental updates over like a 2-year span or something, and then they can just keep focusing on the Switch, and they'll never have to go and tell you to go buy another system. You just buy another Switch that's more powerful down the line, because as we keep going down, we're seeing less and less about PS5 or PlayStation, just the next installment. We don't see another Vita coming. We see just updates to the current systems and slower transitions, just like the PC does. If we're seeing that with the Switch here, I could see that you're swapping out that tablet or that hub at some point, and one of the two is going to add some benefit to why you need to keep, switching out. I've heard that the HDMI port is possibly 4K capable, so that down the line you just put a tablet in that can support 4K in like 3 years from now, and then you get, at least my speculation is you're going to be able to swap them out at some point.
Yeah, well, the one thing with the battery, I forgot to say it earlier, but like when I saw him on the airplane, I thought, okay, the battery of the tablet is bothering me, but the controllers, do they run on the same battery? Like when you plug it in to the sides, will it like try and like vary the lifespan, or do they run on their own separate battery life?
I think that it depends if you doggy style it.
If you
Doggy style the controller, I think that middle piece has a battery.
It does.
But for the controller, and it probably charges the separate controllers, and then eventually it will die, and then it'll just run on the battery on the controllers, and then eventually you can't use the left stick.
I wonder
But
how
that's my assumption right now. I want to see how it works.
Yeah.
I hope the battery is super powerful and lasts like forever.
Better be a Duracell battery.
Dude, I turned on my Game Boy Advance the other night, and it still has like AA batteries from 3 years ago. Works like a gem.
Is it like leaking acid right
Nope.
now? Okay.
They were fine. It was still on green and everything, and I'm like, my Wii remotes kill my batteries instantly after being inserted, but my Game Boy Advance still has this like safe battery thing after 3 years.
There's a camera inside of the Wii remote.
What?
Yeah.
For what?
So do you know how the PlayStation Move controller works and how there's
Nope.
a camera and then it tracks the glowing balls?
No.
Okay.
Glowing
So
balls.
that is the reverse of what the Wii does. The Wii has a camera that is only picking up infrared sensors or sensory.
Even if the remote itself is off.
No.
No.
When you turn on the Wii remote, it has a camera that only picks up
But
IR
I'm saying,
lights.
like, if you put batteries in the Wii remote and you come back to it a couple days later,
No,
it can
that-
be dead,
no.
and you haven't even touched it.
No. I'm just saying it has to support that camera, and that's what's draining that battery.
That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
At least. So it has to pick.
Fix that.
It has
Fix
to pick
that,
up light
Nintendo.
to do the pointing controls, which again, I'm not seeing a camera or any kind of like camera-like device on the detachable controllers. So it's safe to say that you can't point at the screen anymore, unless they find some other solution to that. There's also reports that Nintendo's not talking about touchscreen controls, which, in my opinion,
But that was so unique.
if other rumors and speculation were true, and this is running on an Android platform with a very, very closed platform, but the point of it is that Android developers can easily port to it. Why would you remove touchscreen controls?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Touchscreen is like been a Nintendo
Exactly.
staple now. Like
They
it's their thing.
Help pioneer that.
Yeah.
And that kind of takes away like backwards compatibility for the Wii U because that was
Or the
necessary.
DS.
Yeah, but that was necessary in like Super Mario World for some of the stars in order to get them. You had to like touch the screen to make platforms appear, so that would somewhat remove the Wii U from being there.
I mean, I'm also seeing this from a perspective of why would you do that when if this is running Android and you can get all these developers over, they're all going to take their, they're all going to jump on the NX or the Switch, and they'll want to be, they'll see Nintendo as a premium platform that they can isolate from everything else on the Android store and everything else on the iOS store, that they can just jump on this platform with Nintendo, have better backing, have more of a, they can be featured more often because there's less garbage, and they could have a fully functional tablet that would be great for kids and great for just about anyone traveling because, you can switch from Pokemon instantly to Pokemon Go, if it has a GPS, that is, and, capability.
That would be cool.
And
Definitely would drain the battery life.
Or switch over to, yes, that would kill it.
Yeah.
Dead in
battery
days.
life, no. And then you could switch to the Mario Infinite Runner game. Like, all on the same system. I don't have to take out my phone and kill my phone's battery. I just use my NX or Switch tablet.
Or Bejeweled or whatever old ladies pee.
Yeah, Tetris, whatever you need on there.
Yeah.
It would be capable of it. And I think Nintendo's going to miss a huge market and potential
They better
to
not
bring
take that
indies
out.
back over to them by being able to port their mobile games, which, like it or not, mobile games are catching up to what consoles are capable of doing. Some of them are doing 3D platformers.
Yeah.
And not having those touchscreen controls, and having to force mobile developers to work on it again and implement other controls to it, and then having to deal with, any weird things that the system has over, what a touchscreen could provide them. If you just were able to do a one-to-one, bring your games over, Nintendo would have a bigger market share and a lot more games. Regardless of what quality you may think of a mobile game, they would have a huge potential with getting developers back in their home, essentially, as opposed to developing for Vita or developing for 3DS, which nobody wants to develop for 3DS again because of the screen resolution and the fact they have to deal with two screens. Nobody wants to develop for Vita because it's dead.
Two screens.
Yeah, I was messaging my friend earlier, and I said Nintendo did what some of the naysayers said they needed to do was remove themselves from the mobile market. So they're putting out this console, hope maybe to do that, but at the same time remain in that mobile market. I think this is an interesting move on Nintendo's part, definitely.
I did notice something in the commercial though. It looked like there wasn't any space for a disc.
There's
for
no disc.
The backwards compatibility. There's none of that, and it's little DS cartridges now,
yes,
right?
They're all SD cards essentially, because flash memory has been improving more and more as time goes on.
That's
to the point
crazy.
where SD cards or essentially compact flash cards are more affordable
Flash
than it
cards.
is to manufacture Blu-rays.
Wow,
Because
really?
not only can they use Blu-rays, you can only write to once in terms of the system.
Yeah.
You can read write to these memory cards, so you can store the DLC right on the cartridge. You can store the DLC, the save file right on the cartridge again.
And then you don't have an issue with running out of data or anything.
Yes, because it's only
unless you download something on said system.
Yes, I mean there's going to be download only games, like if indies want to hop on this, or any digital only or demos or something. It is rumored to have 32 gigabytes of storage.
Yeah.
Just like the Wii U can do right now.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it's using SD cards and micro SD cards that you can pop in so they don't lose the eShop or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that this is going to be, either you go to the store and you buy a cartridge, or you go to the eShop with your SD card and you download whatever game you want. I mean, as time goes on, those SD cards are going to easily hit the 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte category, which is what Samsung's aiming for, which is why all Samsung phones right now that have SD card capabilities say you can go up to a 2 terabyte micro SD card, which isn't on the market. But 5 years from now, when the Switch is still available,
God,
hate this name. When the Switch is still available 5 years from now, you can go grab a 2 terabyte for probably like $100 or whatever you want. And pop it in there.
That's pretty amazing.
And then you're beating the launch of the PlayStation 4's hard drive at that point.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with the cartridges, but there's something so nice about putting a disc in something, so...
It's Nintendo going back to its roots.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
They started as cartridges.
Do I gotta blow on them still?
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah.
The insert, yes. The cartridge, no. The hole, yeah.
So.
I will say one more thing about the controllers. I like the different styles for them. I hated the first one they showed off because I'm like, what is that? Is that like the Steam box on top of a controller or something?
The doggy style one?
Yeah, that one. And
It looks like the Ouya controller.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that one.
What's that exactly?
I don't know. But
What is that?
then I
What
saw
are
it like
those?
detach and then attach to the screen, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you got the gamepad again. Then I saw him go on the plane and detach them like laid back in the
kickstand.
chair. Yeah, I'm like, hey, that's how I played Smash Brothers on the Wii. Like, very lazy and not with a GameCube controller.
I mean, think about your roommates hogging the TV. They still want that off-TV play. But, I mean, the biggest part of that gamepad on the Wii U was not having to use the TV all the time.
Yeah.
So
Except for in Splatoon.
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
now if like I get mad at someone for playing it and they are like, I'm not taking it off the
you
TV.
control the tablet instead of the controller.
No, even better. I'll take one of those controllers now. They'll just come back to gamepad with one of those things attached on the side,
Only
and
one.
they won't find the other one for like 3 hours now.
But you can sync
You're
other
a-
controllers to it.
You're a vicious person.
Yeah.
don't
You
have to use
scare
those
me.
controllers.
Yeah. Here's hoping the Wii stuff gets ported over and you can use those
It's looking
controllers.
like it. It is looking like Splatoon and Mario Kart are on there, as well as
Yeah.
Zelda was confirmed.
Yeah.
From the
Obviously.
get-go that the Wii U Zelda is going to be the same on the Switch right at the announcement of it.
Would the Wii U's Zelda be cheaper or more expensive on
Probably
this
the
new
same price.
system?
Same.
Price?
They always come
Yes.
out the same.
I never know, because I think Twilight Princess was cheaper on the GameCube.
Nope.
No?
Wii games and GameCube games both were $50 MSRP.
I got my games really cheap somehow then.
Was it on GameCube for
Yeah.
Twilight Princess?
Yeah.
Right around launch,
No.
a little bit after.
A little bit
So
after.
probably either when they're
It was
probably
like $30, I think.
they were probably liquidating all their GameCube games. After
That is a sexy word. Liquidating. But yeah, speaking of Splatoon on this new system, I was looking at it and it looks like updated because there were like new hairstyles that's not even in
the
like
map
the
apparently
current
is
Splatoon.
different, too.
Yeah, like all of them looked a little
yeah.
different from
Which-
the original sources.
A lot of people thought, like, I was watching this on my phone originally for the trailer, so a lot of people thought, oh, it's Mario Kart 8. No, if you actually...
King Boo!
Yes!
King Boo's not in the mean?
Did you also notice how many items you can hold?
No, but I remember someone told me about that, but I didn't pay much attention.
You can do essentially the double dash items where it has 2 items.
I love double dash.
I think they're bringing that back.
Oh, good. That was my favorite.
I mean, think about it. Looking at the independent controllers, you don't need that much to play Mario Kart.
No.
You need the accelerate, the brake, and the throw item button, and then the joystick.
Oh, it's going to be so much easier to play that game.
I mean, you do need a power slide, but if you look, when you detach the controller, what was inside of the tablet, it looks like there's another button.
Oh, yeah.
And then because you have to flip it 90 degrees, there's a side button essentially, which I think would represent R or L depending on which controller you grabbed.
Still too tiny to hold on to, in my opinion.
But you get 2 shoulder buttons still.
Well, that's actually really cool.
So you essentially have a Super Nintendo controller.
Just even more uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, that's more comfortable.
Are you sure?
Okay, looking at how the stick is placed, think of how you play Mario, which is concerning me again about this controller.
If you play Mario.
Playing a 2D Mario game, you always hold right, and you press the leftmost Y button with your right hand. So that means your fingers are always going to possibly hit each other. Either the stick is going to hit your right thumb, or your right thumb is going to bash into the stick or something.
Why would I be hitting the Y button?
Because the Y button is the run button in Mario.
There's a run button?
Yes.
Which
Mario did you play?
It's like, I don't know, Mario Land?
Someone just learned some speed running tactics.
I don't like Mario at all, to be honest.
Okay. Then we had, speaking of Mario, a new 3D Mario game, which looked like it was Galaxy-like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely, I mean, this goes back to, like, how Mario 64 was not that impressive geometrically. You had, like, you had really simple shapes in Mario 64, which a lot of people complained about when they were, trying to fight that their game is better than Mario 64 because it uses complex polygons versus just like, here's a cube, here's a
But their
sphere.
game wasn't
not
as
even
fun.
A sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have Mario, therefore you lose.
It's not Mario, you suck.
But I mean, you still see it feels like it is a proper Mario 64 HD treatment because it's not that spherical design of Galaxy. It's more cubic design.
Yeah, it's
from
blocky.
The few seconds. There was a part which was weird where if you pause it, Mario's about to there's like a bullet bill or something going across the screen.
Yeah.
He's about to collect rings.
Rings?
Yeah.
He's Sonic.
But it isn't like
Sonic
shaped or size rings. They were just like 4 or 5 gold rings that were.
Well, I saw those and I thought maybe he's gonna jump through them and they'll shoot him like off in the distance.
It just looked like random collectibles because you can see coins in the background, but you see rings right next to him, and it's like, what is that Sonic game that they're doing a crossover with? And
it might be like what did we have? Spyro and Crash Bandicoot a couple years ago.
Well, they just had it now with Skylanders.
Yeah,
so.
They switched like main titles like. Doing that. Maybe Sonic and Mario are doing that.
They have
time.
Olympic Games for that.
Yeah, like maybe they both got on the wrong bus at the Olympic Games.
Like, if we're going to have Sonic and Mario in a Mario game,
and then
I don't know.
I would love that.
And then we have probably the more questionable game, which was Skyrim, and I mean, it looks incredible, and it's like you're very late to the party on this.
Yeah.
But gosh, are people excited about that?
Yeah. And I think if you want to win the hardcore, it's like we've got Bethesda, but Bethesda doesn't know if they want to be with Nintendo.
Yeah. They don't know if like it's they want to touch that. They don't know.
They have the partnership. They are working on the NX, the Switch, whatever. But they publicly stated that that was for the video. We're not sure if that's going to be a real game.
So it's kind of like a bait and switch. Like, oh, we might have this by our system.
Look, it's capable of playing Skyrim.
Will it have it?
But what we really meant, it's capable of playing a Bethesda game. Good luck.
Yeah. I know it's getting remastered, and I said this earlier, not in the podcast, but before it. But once again, props to Nintendo for running a 2011 game on your 2017 console. It's amazing.
Maybe Bethesda's just afraid to go doggy style.
Or they could go through with it, and Nintendo could actually just say, hey, remember how Sony said no mods or barely any mods for Skyrim?
Yeah.
We're going to say all mods. And suddenly the Switch version is just better than PS4, and it's portable, and you get all the mods, and everyone's happy. And
You can mod this game as much as you can mod Nintendo's controller.
Bring back the touchscreen, please.
do you want to touch the Skyrim characters for any reason with these mods?
I have told you many occasions, not on this podcast, but just because we're friends. I like dating sims, remember?
Doggy style.
Skyrim is your favorite dating sim of all
Every
time.
dating sim is my favorite dating sim of all time, as long as there's touching. Anyways.
Yeah, that Mario game, I saw someone made a comment on Facebook that I really liked. It looked like Mario in Mexico.
It
Like,
did.
Yeah, the setting was different.
But he's
And
Italian.
there wasn't a wall.
Yeah,
Oh.
that joke might trump all tonight.
Oh, the cancer. It's spreading.
Let's get off politics, quick.
Yeah.
Back to games.
So,
Or back to cartridge now.
next on our list?
We could talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
What's that? I'm sorry. What's Red Dead Redemption? I've only heard about this Switch thing today.
What?
Oh, you'd actually be serious.
No, I saw that trailer, in all honesty, and I haven't played the first game, but I've heard good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most experience I've had with it was watching my cousin play it for an hour at his house. And I thought, yeah, that's a good game. But then I saw the trailer for this, and I'm like, well, now I have a PS4. I have the capability of playing this. And after seeing the trailer, it looks beautiful. Like, what was it running on, PS4?
Most likely PS4, or it is just in engine. I don't remember if the trailer actually specifies.
Okay.
I don't believe there's a PC version coming.
Oh.
And people are upset about that. But, I mean, it's
Did
probably...
the first one get a PC
no,
release?
it did not.
Nope.
And that's what people are really upset about. There's petitions.
Boo-hoo.
I heard someone on my Facebook just said, oh, there is a PC version. They just confirmed it like after the trailer went up. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't see anyone making any threads or topics on it. So I don't know if it's actually happening or not.
Did the first one have a PC release?
No.
Then why would they care about the second? This
Because
is a sequel.
GTA 5 got a PC release.
I don't care.
No.
So therefore, there will probably be a PC release. But the way that GTA 5 got a PC release is they released it on PS3, 360, waited a while, made the PS4 and Xbox One version, waited a while, then PC version came.
So they're just going to have to wait forever.
So by the PS5 and the Xbox 2, we're going to have Red Dead Redemption 2
No, one.
on PS1 on PC.
Then they'll be happy, right?
See that, console players? Your hardware may run faster, but these companies will run slower for you.
It
Please.
does look really beautiful, though. I will agree with that.
It's definitely one of the better looking, like this feels that this is what the current gen system should be doing. Like,
And should look like.
I mean, this is definitely on par with what Uncharted was popping out, and nothing else was like competing this generation to do.
I really
this
want.
And that
much
was-
detail.
I want a
Naughty
Back to
Dog,
the Future
right?
reference in
Yes.
here. Like, you just walk into one of the houses and you see like the DeLorean in the barn there.
Yes.
What?
I
Really?
want that.
Yes.
That
they
is
need to do-
awesome.
Yep. I just saw that train and I'm like, I want. Even if someone gets this, it does come out on PC. I want them to mod it to have like the DeLorean on the front of the train permanently.
Oh.
I mean, there's a petition going on to get the PC version. I
'Cause
think
petitions
hundreds
work.
of thousands are going to sign that petition, possibly millions. It's going to happen eventually. People want to mod this game,
Well,
and people want to play this on their gaming rig, and they don't want to settle for PlayStation or Xbox One, regardless if it's a Scorpio or if it's the PlayStation 4 Pro. Maybe
All
an
these-
X.
All these
Yeah, and
names. are
Just
terrible
sit on
this
an
year.
airplane, play
It's-
Red Dead.
It's weird because Red Dead chose to do this announcement an hour after the Switch.
Didn't the Wii get the first Red Dead Redemption?
No.
No,
No.
it didn't.
No.
Oh, that
And
was something
Rockstar
else.
will not put.
I could imagine what that looked like on the Wii.
Rockstar has not made a Nintendo game on a console since Nintendo 64.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. The Red Redemption Deads of twos.
Okay, so Pokemon demo. Tuesday, before we all went to our class and did our work like the good students we are. Got to say that since the professor wasn't there. I spent about 6 hours that day playing the demo and going through and finding everything in it. And it's not like the biggest demo, but it gives you enough to say, like, I'll be excited for the next month before this game comes out.
Okay.
Like, you open up and you go to your mailbox, you get a letter, and it says, hey, congratulations to your move to Alola from the Kanto region, because, major
Oh.
throwback there.
Oh, wow.
You're
so-
from Kanto.
Yes, your character is from Kanto.
What a
And-
loser.
Yeah, and then they say, how's that Greninja I gave you doing? And I'm like, wait, Greninja wasn't in Kanto. That should be a Blastoise. So,
You liars.
yeah, that was the first thing that
Check your
threw me off.
Pokedex, Professor Oak.
Yeah, and then the second thing that threw me off was your character inspects the letter and says, there's no name or address on here, but how did it get to your house then? Like-
Rotom.
Rotom?
Rotom is the mailbox. And,
Magnemites technically deliver mail, at least in Pokemon Channel they did.
yes, there's also Whalmer.
Yep, yeah,
who
right.
delivers mail.
I
Yep.
guess.
Is it Whalmer?
There's Delibird. Delibird
Delibird.
technically delivers
He does-
things.
He's Santa, though.
I wouldn't
he delivers the
expect him
gifts.
to be...
But he still
You
delivers
played the
things.
mini game. You know what I'm talking about.
He still delivers stuff in
I
that
think they
game
have-
too.
I mean, Pidgeys have probably
Yeah,
delivered
they're
mail in
they're
the
like
show.
I could see,
carrier birds.
like, Talo with its
I think
wingspan.
any bird just
Yeah,
gets
probably
turned
any
into-
bird.
I mean, in the first movie, I watched this because my girlfriend wanted to watch it really badly,
Yeah.
and I wanted to watch it really badly too.
Don't
Um,
lie to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why I just did that.
it was
Um,
obviously just because of my girlfriend.
There's a there's a Dragonite that delivers a letter, and it's
Oh,
like,
you're
yeah.
right.
there is no reason why you needed to choose a Dragonite. of
Because
all
it's a
things.
Mewtwo.
Team Rocket's right by them. I mean,
They just want Pikachus.
yeah.
That's all they
that's their own
want.
fault.
They,
Um,
they got hit in the
go
head a
on.
little too
So
often.
yeah, that was the thing that threw me off. In going off the fact that the address story, your mom then comes out and
Okay, you do
says-
have a mom.
Yes, you do have
What
a mom.
about
Oh God,
And your mom has a
I
Meowth.
was worried.
But it's not the new Meowth because you came from Kanto. It's that original Meowth design.
What an ugly idiot.
Yeah. So then she comes out and she's like, we're going to the town hall right now and we're going to register your address. And I'm like, hold up. So that mail got there without an address registered too? This has to be a Pokemon. Like, so you go to town hall, you walk around, talk to a couple people in there. And as you walk out, your rival walks in and he's like super happy.
Is he a sexy beast? I don't know what the rival looks like.
Can I
I'm
name
Yes.
excited.
him?
What?
Can I name him?
Is it going to be Ass
No.
Hat?
I think his name is How because the past,
How?
What?
yeah, How, like
How?
H-A-U.
How?
Hell?
Exactly.
How you?
Maybe
But
it's
no.
racist.
The past 2 generations, you didn't get to name your rivals either, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that's
I
always
wonder
bothered
They
me.
haven't?
We haven't been able to do this since like Gen 3.
Yeah.
Or 4. You
Yeah,
can name that
Gen 4, you
rival.
could name him.
Then 5, it's like, nope, you just have friends, not rivals. And
Yeah,
it's
like
like,
Kira,
no.
and Bianca.
no,
think
I
it
don't
was.
like these people.
They were both terrible friends. I
Like,
don't know why I was friends
Bianca's a
with them.
ditz. In this, Kirim, I can't even tell if, or Chiram.
Cherim?
Chiram?
I think
Wait,
you
that's
just
a
listed 2
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
We couldn't even
instead.
pronounce his name
Yeah.
or her name. I couldn't tell.
I think it's a guy.
Nerd with glasses.
Who becomes a gym leader in the sequel? Spoilers for a Pokemon game.
Did anyone play Black and White 2?
Yes.
Not that
I
other
did.
game that was
I
actually
did for
fun.
some reason. I don't remember why.
I don't actually think I finished that
It was
one.
pretty bad.
I think
I thought it was
just
better.
stopped.
It was better, but I didn't want to go through it again because it's the same map.
Too much torture.
No, they changed up the map like a little bit the further you get into the game.
A little
I am
bit.
also someone who only goes for collecting new things, and there wasn't anything new to really I was trying to complete the Pokedex, and I had everything caught, and I still do.
Oh, you poor soul.
Yeah, I know.
You have problems.
So when it got to Black and White 2, it's like, there's nothing new here. But I felt the same about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I still haven't completed those.
Oh, my God.
Really?
There's nothing new here.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought the story-wise it was updated quite a bit, so I found it more fun.
There's
But
still water.
I'm a story person.
There's still
so.
water in diving sections, and I don't care.
7
I
out of
love
10,
the
too
diving.
much water.
And the secret
We
bases.
found one!
Yeah.
We found one!
I remember playing that for the first time as a kid, and with all that water, it was like, oh, where do I go? And I got caught for 4 hours before
That's-
realizing you can dive and find caverns.
At
It's
least
your own fault.
it's not as bad as like Gen 4's surfing, which is the slowest.
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
I'm
Can't
playing-
wait till they
So
remake
you-
that game.
So you get a letter.
Yep, you get the letter, set it up at town hall, meet your rival, and he explains to you about Alola a little bit. Then you walk outside
And you find a raccoon who wants to sell you a house.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love
That-
Tom Nook.
Yep, that's next game, hopefully.
Okay.
No, but Team Skull's there, and Hal's like, oh, we have to battle these guys.
So you found Tom Nook's like croonies.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're like, chip, chip, chee, where's my money?
Forgot to pay your mortgage this month, I see. So, yeah, you have to. Hal wants you to fight one while he fights the other, so you take them on, and they send
Oh,
out.
baby.
Yeah, they send out like Young Goose, the Rattata of the generation, and you have this powered up Greninja who's like 6 levels above it, so you one-shot the thing. And yeah, then they run off. Hal tells you to go to the Pokemon Center. You go there, and you meet the professor, and he tells you, hey, let's do a trial challenge. So you follow him up this hill and into a cave, which is
Oh.
super suspicious with a
Oh.
grown man with no shirt on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't the professor
Related
Professor
to
Oak's like cousin or
No.
brother or something?
No, this guy's
It's a
like,
different professor.
yeah, it's a young dude. The
It's a
professor,
young dude
Professor Oak
Professor
guy is
Sycamore.
someone
Without
different.
a shirt.
without a shirt.
Yeah,
Or it's the Pokemon Go professor without a shirt.
yeah, but
So
this
pretty
professor's
much
like a
this guy's
sexy
being
beast.
a total creeper and being like,
He will
let's
get his
go
own
in-
Tumblr page.
let's
Yes.
go
Hold on
into
one
a
second.
cave, baby.
It's time to get creepier.
Explore
Oh,
DeviantArt.
it gets creepier.
You go into this cave, and he gives you a camera.
No.
Oh no!
Yep.
No.
He tells you peek in that hole over there,
No.
Oh
where you have to take a picture of the new dragon type. You see this dragon in the hole, and you have to use the Poke Finder to take a picture
This
of it.
sounds terrible.
This sounds
What is
so
this game
awful.
rated?
1 second.
no! But it's E10.
After you take a proper picture with obvious photography skills, you have to have it center of the screen and
Wait,
not
you have
in
to
one of the
Take
thirds.
the picture like. What do you
That's
mean?
not
Like,
artsy
use
at
the
all.
gyroscope? Or...
Gyroscope, or you can use the swivel pad, because
Okay.
I was sitting in public. I opted for the swivel pad at that point.
Because you
So-
still want your dignity.
Yeah, somewhat. So you take a picture, and once you take that proper picture of it in the center of the screen,
So Pokemon Snap.
yes, the Pokemon jumps out of the hole at you and attacks you, and you have to battle a dragon type. The first two are okay, like they're the first stage of the dragon, and then you go to the next two. You take a picture of one, and it attacks you. It's the stage 2 of that dragon, so it turns fighting type, and they gave your Greninja Aerial Ace. So
Oh,
now
that's
you,
cool.
yeah, now you can one-shot it, and then you get to the fourth one, and it's off in the distance. You take a picture, it looks normal size. Then it runs up to you, and it's charging, and it's one of those giant, like, trial Pokemon you have to take on, and you
What level
you battle
is it?
It's, I don't remember. I think it's 35, but
That's impossible for a dragon type.
yeah, but 35 boosted its special defense. And then you think, I have Aerial Ace, you're part fighting type, and this is a physical move. None of that just mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So you attack it. It goes down to half health because I think it has more HP overall. Then it
Yeah.
summons a minion, and out came the little new puppy Pokemon Rockruff. Yes. And
Rock Ruff?
yes,
Doggy
Rockruff?
style.
you should look it up for her really quick so she can see.
I
So
don't know what this is.
it's adorable. This
Rough.
Yeah, this thing's going
you
on
could
my
spell
team,
rough.
definitely.
You know what? Jays are in rough.
That.
Oh!
Yep, it's
Doggy
super-
I
style.
want it!
It's super adorable. Doggy style 2016. And it's going on my team. By the way, if you
Okay.
love it, check out its split evolutions.
Oh yeah, one's for sun and one's for moon, right?
Yes, werewolf and regular wolf. So anyway, it summons that. Then you use aerial
There's
ace again
also-
on the thing. It kills the dragon type, and then you take out rock rough because it's part rock, and you have water shuriken. And one thing I forgot to mention about this Greninja, because this is the first time in the demo where this will activate, is it takes from the anime Ash's Greninja. So when you beat it, it turns into that, or beat any Pokemon with it. It turns into Ash Greninja, boosting its speed and its water shuriken attack.
For like the next set of Pokemon that get sent out.
Yeah,
Or-
it's
okay.
basically you defeat a Pokemon, this kind of mega evolves without
Yeah.
the stone.
Because Mega Evolutions aren't a thing anymore in this game.
What,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We talked
Well,
about this.
they are,
Oh.
but they're not competitive. Like, you can't use them anymore because they're banning that, even though I think
Yes.
that's the worst idea.
I'm all for it because it's just
My
It's
my
whatever.
question is, why Ash? And like,
I don't
who
know.
stuck the soul of Ash into this specific Greninja?
It's friendship or
It
something
seems
that it
kinda
started
messed
resembling.
up.
It's called
Ash?
Battle Bond, and I think
Sure.
it was just their excuse to say we don't want to give him Charizard back again because we just did that and have him Mega Evolve. So we're gonna give you a Pokemon that's gonna transform and give you something like Mega
But
Evolution
I
because
want Charizard.
I know.
Everyone wants Charizard. We can just deal
Well,
with
they
it.
did just do that in X and
I-
Y where you get the Kanto starter, so it's just like
I don't want to
Whatever.
spoil
Just be
anything for the
happy.
anime, but if you miss Charizard, watch Ash in the Pokemon League.
yeah,
Yes.
I heard he gets
Yeah,
to use him, but I don't know.
not use him.
He loses with him. Okay.
Yeah,
He
against.
loses.
Okay, I spoiled stuff.
Spoiler:
Yes.
he always loses the Pokemon.
Yeah, Ash isn't very good at being a Pokemon trainer.
No,
let's be honest.
he's great this time around. Like,
Sure.
And
that
until he goes
final
to the next region, his Pikachu resets randomly its level and can't beat the Piplup.
At least
Yeah.
for Black and White, they tried to make it senseful. Like they're like, oh, he got struck with extremely harsh lightning, so his electric powers got messed up.
Yeah, but then they
They
restored
tried.
it.
They tried to say like, why Pikachu?
You watched more episodes than I did.
But yeah, then this series he goes to the finals of the Pokemon League, and that's where he loses. So
Of course.
we can't
At
call
least
him a
he finally
complete
got
wreck.
to the
Should've
finals
just
for
brought the
once.
Tauros in.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah, he has
there's
a million
reason.
of them.
He has all these Pokemon, and he's just like, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to the demo, you beat the trial Pokemon, and then Team Skull appears with one of their admins. The professor lends you his Pikachu, and he gives you the Z Ring and one of the Z Gems, electric. So he asks you, are you going to use Greninja or are you going to use Pikachu? And you're like, why would I not try a Z move for the first time ever?
What is Z moves?
Z move's just a very powerful move that they made for every Pokemon because they didn't want to go and make Mega Evolutions for every single one.
Oh, okay.
So it's like having a fifth move in your slot. You can only use one per battle, and it's just a super powered up move. And there are some where like this is generic, like they have a fire, grass, water, electric, one for every type. And then they have special ones like Snorlax. He wakes up after 17 years, and his move is called Pulverizing Pancake, where he
Yes.
runs.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, he runs like really hard at the opponent, jumps in the air, and lands on top of them.
That hurts.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not feigning. That is just death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to conclude with that?
The demo seems to have more post game than old Pokemon games.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
hearing that it updates on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Like,
so
yesterday had something, and today had
so
whoa,
like,
the demo's like updating?
like it'll
It-
give you
it's
daily
not-
content. Or
yeah, it's
Cool.
not really updating. You go after you do this, you can go back in the demo after watching this really cool trailer. It gives you the chance to catch Pokemon, and then you can battle with them. So the 4 I got to catch, I'm not sure if there are any more, was regular Pikachu because there's no Alolan form, and they wanted you to test the Z-Ring some more. Pikipek, the flying type that's supposed to be like Pidgey. Young Goose, which looks like
Donald
Donald Trump, and
Oh.
is the Rattata of that generation, so it's everywhere and everyone hates it.
Which, by the way, Game Informer did ask the creators
I
if
saw
that was
that.
that was actually intentional. They said no. they're sorry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a detective, I guess, but I'm
Sure.
calling it Trump once
Now,
I
why
catch
did
it.
we never
Yeah.
get that
And-
Detective Pikachu game?
Oh, I
Because
hope
Japan
so.
hates us and they want to make it on Switch probably.
Because
Oh.
they couldn't get
They're
Danny
making a movie
DeVito,
out
and
of
if
that.
if
Danny
they can't, then we
DeVito.
riot.
What?
They're making a movie out of that.
Well, I just want the game.
I want Danny DeVito.
I want Danny
But
DeVito.
anyway, fourth Pokemon you catch is Rockruff, and
So cute.
yes, I fell in love with that thing when I saw it, and I'm like, I don't want to say what goes on my team before the game starts, but that's going on my
And
team
it's a rock
before the
type?
game starts. Yes, rock type.
I like that.
I'm
Yeah.
putting a Lowland Dugtrio on my team.
Oh,
The
it has
fabulous
locks of justice.
Yeah.
one.
so you get to catch stuff. You get to see what I think might be the replacement to the bicycle. Those Poke Ride
Yeah.
attachments we have, like the professor gives you the ability at the end of all of it to call a Tauros,
Mhm.
and it has the jingle like Western style music playing while you're riding it.
Oh, fun.
And
Oh,
yeah,
no.
and you hold B to
Aw.
dash through those rocks, but you can hold B to continuously dash,
Mhm.
and it's about the speed of the bike. So I'm thinking maybe they got rid of that staple of the series as well.
And now we're using
Right.
Pokemon as transportation
Which
like we
makes
wanted.
sense.
Mhm.
But they're also replacing HMs from
Yeah,
what I've heard.
Like
So
this
Oh.
is Rock Smash.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And then a Sharpedo is your surf
he's-
ability?
he is Surf along with Lapras from what I've seen, but
Okay.
Sharpedo has the ability to break through rocks
And
and
then-
move faster. So if that's the case, I see no point in having Lapras unless Sharpedo comes at a later point in the game and just upgrades your swimming abilities.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited for those. I will love having a team that does not have a flying type to fly
Yes.
back to previous towns this
Thank
time.
God.
Even though they'll end up with one.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruby
mean,
and Sapphire kind of touched upon not needing a flying type,
Yeah.
so.
So
Sort of, yeah.
anyway, what you said about the game updating every day, it's not really updating, it's all there. It's just you have these various characters placed throughout the town that'll say, like, one of them, for example, says, I have my boyfriend coming. He will arrive in 5 days, which was the amount of time from the start of it. And so in 5 days, if you come see him with me, I'd really appreciate it. And then they'll give you an item that will transfer to the actual game. And the hardest one I've seen so far, first day, was I'm having a, like, I can't think. Or yeah, I'm leaving on a trip on a boat in 24 days. So if you come,
What?
yeah, I'm expecting something like give me like 20 hyper potions for remembering that. But the cutest one so far is walking into the town hall. There's a guy off to the side with his Pikachu on the floor. And he says, my Pikachu's birthday is in 12 days, and I would really love if someone came by to celebrate. And I'm like, I will remember this.
That's
I
adorable.
will be there for you. And then
That's
I
how you
will
get
give
the
it a
hat.
Z move and launch it inside this building at a wall.
Besides just the demo also gave us like everything that the game offered. People data mined it. We're not going to talk about that here for spoiler purposes.
Thank you.
Other than Doug Trio. Although there is one we can talk about right now. Alolan Persian was shown
It's
off. today.
ugly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
ugly. I was excited, and then I was disappointed.
All of the nopes right now.
And I was just like, oh.
Like, I saw its head and I'm like, what? Did it get fluffed up from its like royal
Rabies.
family Pokedex entry? But
That's
then,
what rabies does.
then I thought maybe it's, and this is going to get a little gruesome here, maybe it's a decapitated Persian. Someone stuck a Voltorb on it. It exploded, and that's why it has the gray coloring in the round head.
That's
Anyway, let's end on that note.
awesome.
If you want more from us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Double Jump Gaming News.
There you go.
Not DoubleCast. In which you can find our videos. We try to upload once a week. We're still starting up, so give us a little bit of time. Otherwise, I was Cody Castona,
I'm Kelsey Miller.
And I'm Matt Mahoney.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.